Hello students, welcome to section 11. In this section, we're going to solve some problems from our textbook related to solved examples and practice set 1.3. So this particular example is from textbook, page number 14, example number 1. So here we have 5x plus 3y is equals to minus 11, and my second equation is 2x plus 4y is equals to minus 10. Now, before we start solving this, we need to understand that we have to compare this always with our standard equation, which is a1x plus b1y is equals to c1, and the second equation to a2x plus b2y is equals to c2. Now, if anybody else is wondering, we can say that 5x plus 3y minus 11 is a2x plus b2y is equals to c2, and 2x plus 4y is equals to minus 10, which is first equation a1x plus b1y is equals to c1. It does not matter which number you give to the equations. All that matters is that you follow your sequences correctly. So now we're going to write down the values for each of the coefficients. So I have a1 is 5, a2 is 2, b1 is 3, b2 is 4, C1 is minus 11, and C2 is minus 10. Now once we have this information, we're going to calculate the values for determinants. So I'll start off with D. We have A1, A2, B1, B2. Just to revise, we're going to once again see how we get this. We have A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. In order to get determinant D, I'm going to remove this particular column, and the remaining of the values will be the determinant that is formed. So I'm left with A1, A2. I'm left with A1, A2. So this is my determinant for capital D. Now once I have this, substituting all the values, I have 5, 2, 3, and 4. Now once I get these values, all I have to do is calculate the determinant. So I have 5 times 4 minus 3 times 2, which is equals to 20, minus 6, which is equals to 14. So my value for D is positive 14. Now moving on to dx. So I have dx, which is equals to, we're going to see how we get this again. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Now I have to remove the A1, A2 column because in this case we are calculating the value of dx. So I need to remove this and replace this by the C1, C2 column. So I'm going to eliminate A1, A2 and bring in C1, C2. So I have here C1, C2, which is my determinant dx. So I have C1, C2, B1, B2. Now checking all the values, my A1 is 5. Sorry, I need C1, C2, B1 and B2. My C1 value is minus 11, C2 value is minus 10. So this is minus 11, minus 10, and my B1 value is 3, B2 value is 4. So here I have 3 and here I have 4. Now the calculation is very important. Pay attention that you do not make mistakes. We have minus 11 into 4. This is one bracket, then I have a minus sign because determinant values are calculated as AD minus BC. Now here I have minus 10 into 4. So this is equals to minus 44 minus 40. So once I open the bracket on the right, the minus and minus sign will multiply. Therefore, I have minus 44 plus 40. So I'm left with minus, sorry, here we have 3. So I have 10 into 3. Therefore, everything else changes. So this becomes minus 30. The value below also becomes minus 30. So now here, once the bracket opens, instead of minus 30, I'll have plus 30. So minus 44 plus 30 becomes minus 14. So my value for dx is minus 14. Our value for dx becomes minus 14. Once I get dx, now I have to find dy. So for dy, we have, again, we are going to see how we get dy. I have a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. We are calculating for y, so I need to eliminate this column. So once that column eliminates, c1, c2 replaces that particular column. So here b1, b2 goes away and c1, c2 comes in. So this is my determinant for dy. I have a1, a2, c1, c2. My c1, c2 values are minus 11, minus 10, and my a1, a2 values are 5 and 2. So here I have 5, here I have 2. This is equals to 5 into minus 10 minus 11 into 2, which is equals to minus 50 minus of minus 22. Now again, as the bracket opens, minus and minus multiplies, that becomes plus 22, which becomes minus 50 plus 22 becomes minus 28. So my value for dy is equals to minus 28. Now, in order to calculate x and y values, I have x is equals to dx divided by d, y is equals to dy divided by d. X is equals to, my value for dx is minus 14. So I have minus 14 divided by my value for d is plus 14. Just let me highlight this. My value for d is plus 14. So here I have plus 14. Now y, my value for dy is minus 28. So here I have minus 28 divided by plus 14. When we solve this, we get x is equals to minus 1 and y is equals to minus 2. So my solution is x comma y is equals to minus 1 comma minus 2. Now this question is also given in the textbook. Hopefully you can refer your textbooks and understand that how we solve questions. We'll be moving on to a new question which is not from the textbook in order to understand different types of questions that Cramer's rule might provide to us in order to solve. So now in this particular question, I have x plus y minus 3 is equals to 0 and 2x plus 3y is equals to 5. Pardon me, it's not 5, it's 7. Now here, as we can see, or as we do in Cramer's rule, the first thing we do is we compare the equations to a standard form. So let's do that. In first, I have a1x plus b1y is equals to c1. Now this is very important to pay attention to. As you can see, this is our first equation. Now if we pay attention, let's do this. We have a1x is equals to x. We have b1y is equals to y. But as you pay further attention, a1x plus b1y and c1 is on the right hand side of the equation in our standard form. So I'll write this down. C1 is on RHS of the equal sign in the standard form. But if we come back to our original first equation, our -3 is on the left hand side of the equal sign. So in order to do this, solve this equation, the first step we need to do is to make sure that both the equations are in the same form. So I have x plus y. I'll take -3 to the right hand side, so this goes as 3, and I leave a1x plus b1y is equals to c1 as it is. Now as we can observe, both the equations can be compared because we have x here, we have x on the left hand side, we have y on the left hand side, we have y on the left hand side, and we have a constant on the right hand side. We have a constant on the right hand side and we have another constant on the right hand side in the standard equation. Now using this we can compare these equations to each other, and therefore we can get the values of a1, b1 and c1. Now coming back to our second equation as well, we had 2x plus 3y is equals to 7, which is a2x plus b2y is equals to c2. Now a1 is equals to 1, a2 is equals to 2, b1 is equals to 1, b2 is equals to 3, c1 is equals to 3, and c2 is equals to 7. So my determinant D becomes a1, a2, b1, b2, which is equals to 1, 2, 1, 3. Calculating this, I'll get 1 into 3 minus 1 into 2, which is equals to 3 minus 2, which is equals to 1. So my value for D is equals to 1. Make sure you highlight your answers so that you do not get wrong values. Now once I get this, I have to calculate dx. So my dx is equals to c1 c2 b1 b2. c1 value is 3, c2 is 7, b1 is 1, b2 is 3. This is equals to 3 times 3 minus 1 times 7, which is equals to 9, minus 7, which is equals to 2. So dx here is equals to plus 2. Now once I get this value, I'll find out dy. So I have dy is equals to a1, a2, c1, c2. The value for a1 is 1, a2 is 2, so this is 1, 2, c2, c1 is 3, c2 is 7. So here I have 3 and here I have 7. So this is equals to 1 times 7 minus 3 times 2, which is equals to 7 minus 6, which is equals to 1. Therefore, for x, I have dx divided by d, which is equals to, my dx value is 2, d value is 1, so I have here 2 divided by 1, which is equals to 2. And for my y value, I'll have dy divided by d is equals to 1 divided by 1, which is equals to 1. So my solution is x comma y is equals to 1 comma, pardon me, it's 2 comma 1. So this is my final solution. This is how we solve questions from Cramer's rule. I hope these examples were sufficient for you to understand how to use Cramer's rule to solve linear equations. In the next section, we'll move on to our practice set and we'll complete our practice set with some additional homeworks in the next section. Thank you. This section will end now.